Rather, before we go into this lesson, we give our honor, our glory, and our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. We give our honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, but in this great millstone, for bring forth the 100% truth that we are currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, Tabernacle of David, and I, Robert Azaria, coming through this lesson. Pull up. There we go. Right, so here we go. I'll check my phone battery a little low. Just bear with me a little bit. Let me get the ball rolling real quick. Let's get the ball rolling and we're good to go. Alright, so the lesson today, the lesson that we did, I believe, before, but with a little more insight. That we were created to be immortal. Alright, which is why when Adam came, what did he receive? According to the scriptures, wisdom, that is the breath. And what does wisdom do? The Bible says wisdom bringeth immortality. So with that understanding, we could see why, and that even the creature, that creature was created to be immortal. So it's only because of transgression of sin that we fell from our first estate into these chains of darkness we have here today. But lo and behold, regardless of the situation, we are going to be back into a full estate according to what scripture says, even going to Romans 9 and 3 and 4. That salvation is part of our salvation is restored, being restored back to our original state, which we are going to go into as well. So let's read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verses 23, straight to the point, where it says, For power created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Now, many people would misunderstand this scripture and think it actually means that it referring to all people that he's talking about to be immortal. Well, I'm here to tell you that is indeed incorrect, because when you go into Sirach, it makes it clear what is going to give you that immortality, which we will read from Psalms 19 and Sirach 19 and verses 19 and 20, straight to the point, and it says, the knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life, and they that do these things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. See that? It goes on to say, the fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. So in order for you to obtain that immortality, what do you have to do? Receive the knowledge of the commandments and keep it. Who are they that receive the knowledge of the commandments according to the scriptures, which we had to clarify before we go out and continue. Let's go into Exodus chapter 19 and verses 5. Let's read. It says, now therefore if ye obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Verse 6, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of who? Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh had spoken we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. So it shows where the covenant was formed. It shows where that connection has been established. It shows that we will agree to be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh Shai at the end of it, showing who that wisdom now would have been given unto. When you go into the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, let's read from verses 1 so you can clarify who the Israelites are, what it was for. Let's read. Who the wisdom was given unto. It says, therefore hearken, O Israel, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which Yahweh power of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add nor take away add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep my commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you. Go down and see what it says in verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land where ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do it, and do them, for this is your wisdom. This is your what? Your wisdom. This is your what? Your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So these other nations ain't get it. It was given unto the children of Israel, that they could see the wonders that they have engulfed themselves in, which it continues to say, which shall hear these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. See, not a precept to me that clear as day. Let's go into Psalm chapter 9, 149, 147 slack verse 19 and 20. Everyone should know this by now. This is I would say familiar. He showed his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and for his judgments they have not known them. Praise Yahweh. So we are seeing where the laws was only established for the children of Israel. Hence, going back into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verses 23, I believe, as it goes back to say, for power created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Hence why you could see now that this man that is created to be immortal could only be referring to Yasharallah, children of Israel. See that? So now with that being understood and point clear, let us continue as we dip in a bit of Romans chapter 5, going into verses 12. As it says plain as day, wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. So because what? That one man sin entered to the world. Who was that man? It carries it down to show. Let's read it going down. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. So we're seeing here, direct as day, where what? We were created to be immortal, but yet what happened, what took place, a teaching lesson, a learning lesson has to take place. Because according to the scriptures, let's get that precept before I continue. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 7, and we'll go to verses 9, I believe. Yeah, and it says, for if, verse 9, straight to the point, if the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? See that? So in other words, you have to bear these trials, which is why the fall of us, starting with Adam, had to come to pass. Because for those who don't understand scriptures, let's get a precept immediately. I'll grab it in my highlights, I believe in the same yellow, because it goes in to show you. Just bear with me a bit. I'll find it regardless. So let's know. I believe it might be where I just passed here. Good. Precept right here. They had to understand the concept of both sides, which is a balance that they could now have full rulership without fault. That's why Christian just goes on to say, like in that precept, verses 5, they received the use of the 5 operations of Yahweh, and the 6th place he imparted them understanding, and in the 7th speech and interpreters of cognition thereof, counsel and a tongue and an eye and an ears and a heart gave he them to understand. Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and he showed them good and evil. That's the balance. So this had to come to pass so that when the grand rising takes place for our people, the elect, that we will be back in rulership in the righteous state of mind. Hence why scripture tells you what? The new covenant is going to give you what? He's going to put his laws in our mind and write them in our hearts, which is going to be part of our new bodies, allowing and enabling us to be what? Immortal. Let me get a precept. I'm not stray a little bit from the thing, but let me get a precept. I was supposed to go into 1 Corinthians, but let me so like here it happens. Right. That was scripture say what? As for Adam, for as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. Hence why the scripture tells you what? And so Israel, all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. Because on this side they may perish, but on the next side they are all going to be what? Living, alive. The kingdom is ours. Again, kingdom is ours. We are going to be rulers. We are going to be gods as we once were. Ruling and governing the earth, for those who don't know. Because even let's go to Psalms. What was it said in Psalms? Why did it say this? That is my question. Why did it say this in Psalms? Straight to the point. And I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Why is that? Because why? Verse 5, it makes it clear. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course. What is that darkness? Not knowing that they are committing sin, transgressions against Yahweh Shai, without knowing who he is. That is your darkness. Many of our people are sitting in darkness. They are literally in the congregation of the dead, not knowing that they are in a dead state of mind, not knowing this truth. Hence why that's why scripture tells you what? Ye are gods, because we once were that, and we are going to be restored back into our original estate as that. Understand where I'm coming from? Not to make this too short. I want to get 2 more precepts, and I'll close up from there. Not to make it too long. Let's go into Romans chapter 8 and verses 18 and 19. To get to the point, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. As it goes on to say, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. So we are going to be back into our original estate as we once were. Being righteous, being holy, be without fault, without flaw. Immortal. Understand where I'm coming from? Because when they go into... Let me just close it off with this. John chapter 17, which we know to be, is very clear undisputed, undeniable, very clear. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. It says, now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received me, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. This world is pertaining to what? The rest of the children of Israel. This world would only be pertaining to the rest of the children of Israel, the 2/3. But what he is praying for them, which is what? The elect of Israel, the 7,000 men which have now bowed a knee to the image of Baal, according to Romans chapter 11 and verse 5 to 7. Let's continue. And it goes on to say in verse 10. And it says, and all our minds, right? All our minds and thine are minds, and I glorified in, I'm glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. Holy Father, keep true thine own name, these whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. One more time. Holy Father, keep true thine own name, those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. And who are they? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hence the scripture tells you what is, we are going to do greater works than he is. We are going to be one as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and them is. Glorified body, power and might, immortality. Immortality. Let me get one more precept. But I'll close with that one, but let me get one more to close out with. One more precept. 1 John chapter 3 and verses 2, as it goes on to say, Beloved, now we are the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So it's telling you, we shall be like him. What did Yahushua came to be? What did he be after? Even making the claims that I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, great power and great glory, immortality. Hence why, going back into Wisdom of Solomon, which you read from the beginning, it tells you. So for all that passing through that we are to pass through, is for us to get back into our full estate. As Abanadis always say, our full regalia. Understand where I'm coming from? To being back immortal. Not the other nations, but the elect of the earth, which is the children of Israel. Starting with the elect of Israel, to be exact. So going back into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verse 23, it says, for power created man to be immortal, and made him to be the image of his own eternity. So I hope this information that is presented to you would have been a little bit more understanding than the last one. I hope it was also clear and edifying. I will say Shalom Yasharala, Kal Halalyam, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. The apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, but on great millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that I've been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect tabernacle of David. I, my brothers, are saying to you, Shalom.